Hey guys, how's it going? It's your boy M.K.S here, back here with part 4 of my dreams for the Asian Development Bank and how I hope that they will benefit, and also that all of the Asian nations and their economies will benefit. I know I only just made part 3 recently, so anyway, I hope that people don't get too many notifications, but I hope people out there enjoy it. But yeah, I thought I'd finish it before I go to sleep, although it's just past 1 in the morning here. And I realised the last video I did waffle quite a lot, as often as I normally do, and I did go over 10 minutes. I normally like to. I think I've been doing that recently, so I've been struggling to keep my videos short and sweet as I did, I think, before. So I'm just trying to get back into the hang of making videos, as I didn't get the chance to do that for a while when I was in Australia because I forgot my passwords and all that. Anyway, I'm going to try and stop waffling and get to the point. And as ever, I'd love to read your comments about each point I've raised. And as I asked the question in the chat, how much do Asians know about neurodiversity? And I'd love for, I often put it in speech marks, but yeah, neurodiversity. But I'd love for people from Asian families around the world, especially in Asia itself, but also around the world, to say what you think Asians know about neurodiversity, or if you know any Asians and what you think they know about. I suppose it would be mainly Asians who could answer that question probably, but unless you really know about the statistics. And also asked, do you think Asian nations could rise even faster, grow their economies even faster, basically, if they invested in the strengths and talents of neurodiverse people? Or they didn't quite get to word the question that way because I can only put so many characters in the comments. But yeah, please do, please don't hold back your feedback, and please do post any questions or anything else you want, if you want, in the live chat. Anyway, I'm going to crack on with the list from 31 to 40. And again, I'd love to read your comments and what you think, any suggestions you think for improving my videos, and also any suggestions you think Asian nations could do to improve their economies. But yeah, anyway, here goes. I know money isn't everything, but it sort of gives me a goal to work towards to help Asian economies. It's something I can also probably measure. If I could help Asian economies to grow their economies, also I hope they'll tackle poverty and stuff like that. Anywho, here goes. So number 31, I dream that Asian and African nations will work together, as I mentioned before, because of the fact that they were both colonized, and I think they have a lot they could learn from each other, a lot they have in common and things like that. So I hope they'll work together, and anti-imperialists will support Asian nations in this case specifically, and maybe the Asian Development Bank could help colonized countries especially, and yeah, look at what Asia and Africa has in common, and basically promote Asian enterprises and projects, as I talked before about. And maybe there could be international support because of the fact they were colonized. I'd love to support great anti-imperial groups. Number 32, I dream that people will learn about Asian enterprises and businesses, enterprises, entrepreneurs, whatever you want to call them, and they'll network together. And travel together and share ideas and things like that. Number 33, I dream that they'll promote that the Asian Development Bank and others will promote free enterprise, libertarianism, human rights, animal rights, and things like that across Asia. And as I talked before in part 3, I'd love for them to have sympathy and empathy for each other and support each other, and again have human and animal rights, compassion and peace and love and that stuff, and positivity. Number 34, I hope they'll make peace between each other, as I often say. I hope that enterprise could be used to make peace. Number 35, I know I mentioned in the comments that in the description rather of the video that I would love to focus mainly on neurodiversity, and think of any points that I might not have covered in part 3 or in the other videos that I made. And yeah, so the case for investing in dyslexics, which I covered, just to go through that again, just in case I forgot any points or I didn't cover it in. Yeah, if I didn't cover it in the detail I wanted to, or because the video was a bit long, maybe people didn't get to watch the whole video because I did waffle a bit too much. So I'm going to try and avoid doing that here. But as I say, it would be great if they learned about, I say, the point I was trying to make. If I don't know if I made it coherently or if I'm making it coherently now even, but there is a value in investing in neurodiverse people such as dyslexics or people with the A.D.H.D, because we will employ, when people with dyslexia and possibly A.D.H.D and other related conditions, neurodiverse conditions, employ set up businesses, we employ more people. For instance, a dyslexic who owns his own company might employ more people who can do the reading or writing for them, and do more of the paperwork. If they read slowly or whatever, someone who can read faster, read more quickly, or read better, they might employ those sorts of people. Someone who's not very good at maths might employ someone who's good at maths to help them with that sort of thing. And also, setting up more businesses means that they will create more jobs. So I hope I covered that point between these two videos in as much detail as possible. Number 36. Also, we'll think outside the box. Neurodiverse people will think outside the box to make to think of ideas that other people haven't thought of. And I think a rare idea, if it's good, or a rare thing that's good, is much better than something that's more common. Again, I'd love to read what you think about that point. If you do want to make response videos to my videos, please feel free to do so, as long as you don't dox me, as long as you don't reveal any of my if you don't reveal things that could put me in danger or make any threatening comments or anything like that, you're prepared. You are welcome to post anything you like. But if you do dox me, if you do reveal where I live or anything like that, or something that will put me in danger or make threats like that, then I would see you. But if you did that, but other than that, you can make response videos as long as you do so legally. And obviously that would help more people to know about my channel. So I'd appreciate it, especially if you mention the channel and that kind of thing. Number 37. Me personally, I think if India and China and other countries, as fast as their economies are growing, I think they're missing an opportunity by not investing in neurodiverse people. There's the Made by Dyslexia have like the value of dyslexia report. A point I forgot to mention actually, and I think because I was going over my time, I decided not to mention this, although I probably thought of it in the other video, is that if you support dyslexic and ADHD and other people with neurodiverse conditions, you're also cutting you're cutting high unemployment rate, potential for crime, disorder. I'm not excusing those sorts of things, but people with low self-esteem, people with dyslexia or other conditions who don't do well in the academic system and don't feel they have opportunities and are not supported to reach their potential might be involved in those sorts of things. Also, not reaching their full potential. So even if they do have jobs, they might not do as well as if they have the confidence and the push. So more neurodiverse people setting up our own businesses and things like that in Asia included, for instance, in this case, would mean we could grow our businesses and employ more. We have a chance to grow those businesses. Obviously, you have to start a business to be able to develop it and grow it, and we would have more chance to employ more people. And again, but what if the next Richard Branson or Charles Schwab or Craig McCraw and the next Schwab Corp or Virgin Enterprises or whatever, therefore, were to come from India or Malaysia, India, Indonesia, Singapore, China, Japan, or any other Asian nation, for dyslexic people in those countries, the next IKEA, for instance, and the list could go on. And I think it'd be great if Asians learnt about, if Asians watched or saw or read about on Google and saw on YouTube the successes that neurodiverse people have had and the strengths that neurodiverse people have in certain areas. Number 38, I also hope to promote general diversity as well as neurodiversity. So different sort of thinking styles, people thinking of different ideas, opening exchange of ideas, maybe opportunities for people to submit their ideas, and the Asian Development Bank could try different ideas out and maybe be surprised. Like an idea might not seem that great, but if they implement it, it might be better than they think. And also, racial and ethnic diversity as well, mixed race people, Eurasians, Blasians, part black and part Asians, and that kind of thing, supporting Asia as much as possible, like touring Asia, touring where their roots are. I've been to India, where my roots are, a couple of times, but I've never visited. I'd love to go again and visit more of my fellow Anglo-Indians and Dalits and disadvantaged communities, support projects that help women in those countries and disadvantaged people generally, and support businesses in those countries, and also support my fellow dyslexic or neurodiverse people, including working with schools in India as well as other parts of Asia. And I'd love to visit mixed race groups and similar for India. I'd love to do that for Malaysia, Indonesia, Singapore, and again, as many parts of Asia as possible, and tour Asia and things like that. Number 39, maybe dyslexic millionaires, or even mere millionaires, just kidding, but maybe dyslexic millionaires, billionaires, and others with neurodiverse conditions from different socio-economic backgrounds, especially those who are financially successful or successful in their chosen field, could tour Asia and create their own academies and training centers, as I say, and support them as much as possible. And number 40, I hope that I can convince Made by Dyslexia, Dyslexia Advantage, Understood, the Child Mind Institute, and other neurodiverse organizations to work with the Asian Development Bank and other organizations in Asia to help to create entrepreneurship amongst neurodiverse people in Asia. And yeah, I think that covers everything for now. I try and keep these videos a bit short and sweet if I can, but I do struggle sometimes. Anyway, I'm going to leave it at that, and I am out. Peace and up.